We leave Osaka behind and make our way to Kyoto, but between sickness, crowded transit, and getting lost in heavy luggage, this became a tough travel day that was rewarded with the best Indian food of our lives. I'm Keith, this is my wife Joni, and our daughter Mackenzie. We made a big decision. We quit our jobs to travel the world as a family. Right now, we're in Southeast Asia chasing new experiences every day. Come along for the journey. Like and subscribe. So we just ate at Oko Gyoza. It was a pretty neat experience. All the places in Japan we've been have been just like super quiet and super serious. And this was just the opposite. It was like Japanese punk rock and all this kind of music playing. And it was also had gluten-free and vegan options. So Joni's not been able to eat gyozas, and we were able to get some gluten-free gyozas for her. It comes with like really cheap beer and good drinks and stuff like that. And so it was like this really like quirky, funky kind of place, and we had a good time for dinner. Now we're back down at the Downtonbori. We're walking along the canal. It's before we got this experience, it was like rainy and crowded, and now it's like a clear night, and it's the lights are on, and we're just excited to see it with everything lit up.
Why does it look like it's gonna rain?
So we're down the Downtonbori, and I don't know if you see these clouds behind me, but they look very, very ominous. We're getting out of here before we get soaked. We have absolutely no rain gear with us. It's just asking for problems. We got a pretty long walk to go. So we just jumped off the train, leaving the Downtonbori, and we realized we were on train cart number 6. What's train cart number 6, Joni?
Women only.
Yeah, so I was the only guy on the women's cart, minus one other guy who was also obviously American. So, yeah, kind of awkward. All right, tonight's our last night in Osaka. Tomorrow morning, we're going to pack the bags early. We did get a late checkout, but the idea is that we'll be ready, get the Airbnb cleaned up, and then we're heading to Kyoto in the morning. So we didn't do a lot of filming today. We did go down to the Downtonbori, and we shared that with you. Hope you enjoyed that. And we're probably going to combine this with tomorrow's video because of just the way we did the filming. So everybody have a good night. Good morning. Today is the day that we relocate from Osaka, Japan to Kyoto. So we're very excited about it. We are starting our day with just a few chores. I need to get laundry done. Kind of hoping that I don't run laundry because I just stuck them in there. I did not see any hot or cold, or it had an iMake softener dispenser, and I don't even think my clothes can use softener because they're all synthetics. So here's hoping that I don't ruin my entire laundry, but we're going to get this done. I might actually stop and get an eye checkup this morning. We do have to be out of the Airbnb by noon, and we can't be in the next Airbnb until 3 o'clock. So we do have an hour train ride to help burn some of that time, but we'll see how the day goes. So I think today's going to be mostly traveling. We're hoping to maybe see a few things in Kyoto if we can get up there early enough, but we'll see how the day goes. So in the laundry, there's this picture of this guy. He's like the laundry most wanted. And if you look at the text under him, his crime was he used the change machine without washing his clothes. So I'm sitting here doing my laundry, and sure enough, who walks in? This guy does. And look at that, his own picture, and laughing. It was quite hilarious. All right, next order of business is we're looking for some breakfast this morning. I think we're probably just going to go back over to 7-Eleven. I am still here a week later feeling pretty terrible and I can't hear anything. So after breakfast, we really need some medication. So I think we're going to find a pharmacy before we get on this plane. Maybe look for some Afrin and or a train. Sorry. I think we're going to find some medicine before we get on the train and go to Kyoto because I really need to try to get my ears to clear. And get more comfortable. I've only got a week before I have to get back on a plane again. I do not want to get on a plane feeling like this. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe try to find some relief.
So today we had 7-Eleven for breakfast again.
So we did our normal 7-Eleven breakfast. Went back to the room to eat it. It's a little cooler this morning. As you can see, I changed clothes real quick. We are now walking down to the pharmacy to try to see if I can find some kind of relief through drugs. If I can't get this head cleared, I'm going to have a lot of problem on this plane. So hopefully we can find some kind of nasal spray or decongestant or something that kind of gives me some relief. So I got here to the pharmacist and I am a little bit early, about 25 minutes early to be exact. And so we're sitting here and I'm just watching this construction zone, and the Japanese culture is just absolutely amazing. Just the respect that they show one another as people go through these areas. There's just a warm greeting. There is a respectful bow. If you're handicapped, the workers will actually help you through the area, over the curbs, stuff like that. And it's just such a respectful culture for one another. And it's just absolutely amazing to see, and it's refreshing compared to so many areas I would think in the United States. They would just sit there and they would, look at each other, and, the construction worker would never jump in and help push a wheelchair or something like that. And it's just been amazing to see. So here's a throwback you don't see every day, at least in the United States. Japan still has phone booths. For looks like maybe 100 yen, you can make a phone call. I think we found what we needed. It's oxymethazolene. It's about $10, or I think like 1,700 yen. So we're hoping that this kind of gives me some relief before we get on this plane next week. All right, it's time for us to get ready for our next Airbnb. So we've got to pack our bags up and get everything ready for travel. I want to take a moment just to show you how we pack our clothing. And one thing that we needed for this trip was motorcycle bags. The reason being is once we get to Vietnam, we will have motorbikes. And we're going to be living off those motorbikes for almost a month. And we're going to be moving between locations from the cities of Hanoi to the mountainous areas of Sapa down to the beaches of Da Nang. So we had to have these waterproof motorcycle bags because it is the monsoon season, but the problem is it's just basically a big tube. So how are we doing our luggage? So what we've got is one motorcycle bag each for our clothing. And then our clothing, we've got some nice garments such as button downs and dress slacks. We need to keep them from basically just wadding up in the bag, and also those bags aren't real conducive for packing. So what we are using is packing cubes. We pack them very, very tightly. These close, they zip up. They're basically like a brick at that point, and that slides very easily into the motorcycle bag. We do not have a garment bag, but if you fold your clothes neatly, you can actually minimize a lot of those wrinkles and wear them when you get to your destination. So that's kind of how we're doing the clothing. We do have an extra motorcycle bag, so we have 4 in total in addition to my electronics bag. That extra 4th bag is more for just personal items and stuff for the girls. So here's what the packing cube looks like. This is all my clothes that I brought for this entire trip. And that's everything in the bag. This is shoes, clothes, rain jackets, pretty much everything I need to wear. I can say this is tiring. I've got way too many bags. I got one on the front and two on the back, and John's got two in the hands. So I'm standing here at Katsura Station in Japan, and for some reason Google Maps told us to get off. Now we're in the middle of nowhere, trying to get to Kyoto and having problems. We had some locals help us out. We think we're going to be on the right train next. Here's crossing our fingers for where the next destination goes, but I think this train coming up right behind me is what we need to be on. So there goes our bus. That was a crazy ride. So Joni says this is crazier than our normal crazy. What do you think, Joni?
Oh my goodness, this was trying to get to Kyoto has been crazier than trying to get to Osaka.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So it's 2 train stops, about hour and a half train. Then we've got all this bag and luggage and stuff like that. But then you got to take a bus, and it's just been absolutely mad packed. So
well, that and Google Maps told us to get off the train that we were on and transfer to another train. Well, we ended up getting right back on the same train and wasting a bunch of time and getting all stressed out for no reason.
Yeah, Google and Apple both have been very unreliable this trip. So our shoulders are absolutely breaking, but good news is we're really close to the Airbnb right now. All right, so we just walked in. Let us show you our room for the next 7 days, maybe 6. It was such a fiasco getting here, we actually might check out early, just get back closer to the airport. So what we've got now is we've got what looks like maybe a little washer dryer, a fridge, small microwave. We have a sink, some glasses, looks like maybe a cooktop there. I will say that already this sink is serving its purpose. We're able to wash our hands because we know how to turn it on, which then I pivot to the bathroom. Kenzie, if you show the audience, here's our sink. We have no idea how to even turn this on. This is the Japanese problem. So you look over here, we've got some kind of panel with instructions. Here we've got some kind of panel with instructions.
I'm hoping I didn't just cut out one though, because I just hit a random button.
I think this one is heating and air, and somehow that one is like sink.
Look.
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, I'm not sure what any of this does. If we got this little door, let me back up so you can see it. This is actually a shower. If we open that up, see we've got this like shower bath combo. Looks like another one of those like deep kind of short bathtubs I liked at the other place. Does come with looks like a variety of soaps and shampoos and conditioners and stuff like that. Down here we got our fancy toilet. You could see again, this is Japanese, right? So everything has way more complications than normal. We've got lots of buttons. Looks like maybe bidet and heat settings and all kinds of stuff. Good news is there is a handle to flush the toilet, so we can figure that out, I think. Moving in, the room, nice little room. We've got a couple beds. They look like maybe full-size beds.
We each get a pack of slippers.
Yeah, but Kenzie's wanting to show.
We each get a pack.
We got slippers at the door so we can take our shoes off, but we got these full-size beds. Here's our pile of luggage we hauled all the way here. Little TV. So very comfortable room. It's an upgrade from our last one. I think this is actually like a hotel. The lobby was incredibly nice. We'll try to get you some footage of that. This bed, I don't know if I can squeeze through here. Let's see if we can go out this door. So we did get the door open, and this is looking out. It looks like it's really hard to see if we can get this one open too. Here we go. So this is looking out from our room. Looks like we've got maybe like a little cemetery there. We're kind of in a back alley of some type. So we are incredibly starving. We had a very light 7-Eleven breakfast this morning. It is now like 2 p.m. in the afternoon. It has taken all day to get up here. We're absolutely starving. The mission is to go find food here. Do apologize if I sound worse. I'm feeling worse again. I am completely ears. I can't hear anything again. I think I might have to go find an ENT doctor while I'm up here in Kyoto. So we noticed that Kenzie's had a headache lately, and just generally complaining about having basically, I would call it a crash in the day. And we realized that some of the drinks we're letting her drink are actually energy drinks. So and they're big too. For some reason we thought they were not. We thought they were just some kind of carbonated soda. But yeah, they were these huge energy drinks, and she's had like 5 of them. So no wonder she's not feeling great. So that Kenzie could wean herself off these energy drinks, we did let her have a grape Fanta. Maybe try to wean her off all the caffeine gradually so she doesn't crash so bad.
You said wiener.
Speaking of wieners.
Oh, God.
Speaking of wieners. All right. So this is Kenzie's kind of lunch/dinner. She refused to go to a nice restaurant with us, and instead she decided she wanted a corn dog. So they have these, I think it's cheese corn dog. It's some kind of like corn dog wrapped in mochi and cheese.
Mochi? Oh.
It's like a huge mozzarella stick is what it looks like.
I don't think there's a hot dog in there. It looks like all cheese.
It might be a big block of cheese.
It's so good.
These are mistakes you make when traveling and you can't read things. So Kenzie let me have a bite. Kind of like a mix of a mozzarella stick and a cheese quesadilla. It's pretty good.
It looks very cheap.
Hold on, there's a surprise. There is a wiener hiding in the middle of this thing.
You want to stand there and eat it?
All right, that was super, super unexpected. We are in Japan, and you expect to find really good Indian or Japanese food, but we heard that there is a large population of people from India and Nepal here in Japan, and so we found a Indian restaurant, and they also had Nepalese food as well, and we said let's give that a go just for something different. And it was fantastic. I'll B-roll some video clips I had there, and it was just awesome. And it was only $20 for that meal that you're seeing. So, Joni, what's your thoughts on the meal that we just had?
Oh yeah, I would agree. Definitely the best Indian food that we've ever had. Not at all what we expected to find in Japan, but we were pleasantly surprised for sure.
Yeah, it's we're looking forward to a lot more stuff. We're looking for matcha and mochi because we're in Kyoto. It's the hub of matcha and mochi, so we're looking forward to having that. So, Kinsey, what did you think about the meal?
I just had 2 wieners and I just ate a bunch more food.
The girl's still eating. All right, now we're going back. We're all very tired. We're going to go back to the hotel and just kind of rest our feet for a few minutes. All right, everyone, after we got back to the hotel room after that dinner, we started doing some research, and we just found that, like, everything we wanted to do is kind of far apart. We didn't expect that with Kyoto. The bamboo gardens, the rock statues we want to see, the monkeys, they're kind of on the very far west side of Kyoto. If we want to do the tea houses, or we want to do, like, some of the matcha experiences in the old Kyoto and the temples, they're on the far east side. It's just like everything on the list almost took like a full day to get to. So you kind of are basically very reliant on public transportation, the bus schedules and train schedules and stuff like that. And unfortunately, I think with the time that we have, we're not going to get a whole lot done tonight. So between me not feeling bad or not feeling good and still feeling bad, and everybody just beat from the long travel day, I think we're just going to call it a night here. What do you think, Joni?
Yeah, we're tired. Kenzie's tired of all the hustle and bustle and yeah, so I think it sounds like a good idea to just stay in and get some rest, especially with Keith being still kind of sick.
So we're going to wrap it up for the day. Everybody have a good night. We look forward to the next videos. Hopefully we're going to see some of the sights here in Kyoto.